What's up, Milk the Man? Week 5 in the books. Let's look at the Week 5 report. We've got the best team coming in at no pain, no gain, 165. The worst team, none other than Mud Dogs at 106. Massive difference in the record as well. We got the most efficient manager scoring at 100% capacity with Big Bark at 161. One other manager who got all the squeeze out of their juice is Zombie Ate My Neighbors, also at 100%, but unfortunately his team was only good enough to muster up a total of 128 points. So not a lot of juice in that lemon. And then we've got perhaps the saddest stat of them all this week, the least efficient manager, none other than Burrow My Dicker. His team could have scored a max 153. Instead, he scored 108, perhaps through the game intentionally. Who knows? Your Milk the Man trophy of the week goes to Genty. Genty takes the milk this week and pours it all over, apparently, STDs. And nobody wants that milk back once it's touched the STDs. Let's get into the games here, shall we? First up, we've got Big Bark versus Vinsanity. This was a pretty intense game until it wasn't. Big Bark takes this 161 to Vinsanity's 144. Vinsanity did his best. Unfortunately, his team falls to 2-3. My team rises to 3-2. My running backs, which are the strength of my team, both are experiencing some form of injuries. We look at Vinsanity's team. Pretty modest game for Vinsanity. So any other week, he would have had a fighter's chance. As Nathan said, losing back-to-back games against the Dela Cruzes is not a good look for Vinsanity. Next, we go to No Pain, No Gain versus Tush Push to Browntown. No Pain takes this one 165 to Tush Push's 158. This was a close, very high scoring game. Both teams actually overdid themselves. Bruce was projected at 122, Tush Push at 128, and both of them completely outclassed their own projections. No Pain, No Gain moves to 4-1. He is the #1 seed. Congratulations on that, No Pain. And Tush Push falls to 2-3 and also falls to #7 seed in the league. Taking a look at No Pain, No Gain's lineup, I think he deserves a quick look-see here as the #1 seed. Everyone on his bench scored double digits except for the 2 players that were on a bye. If there ever was a #1 seed that was not a fluke, it's going to be No Pain, No Gain. Next, we've got Zombie Ate My Neighbors versus Mud Dogs. Zombies takes his 128 to Mud Dogs 106. Zombies rises to 2-3, which is a pretty pathetic rise if you ask me, and Mud Dogs falls to 1-4. Mud Dogs, you're not looking so great through the first 5 weeks of the season, and deservedly so. Next, we've got the Human Torch versus Burrow My Dicker. Every season, I feel like you've got a team that looked like they were down and out, and all of a sudden, they're a formidable opponent. That's going to be the Human Torch, who takes this one 115 to Burrow My Dicker's 108. The Human Torch now at 3-2. Burrow My Dicker now at 1-4. The Human Torch is just finding ways to win. He's not blowing out his opponents by any stretch of the imagination. Scrappy little team there. He's on a 3-game winning streak right now. Next up, we've got Anti-Up versus Puka My Neighbors. Anti-Up takes this one 136 to Puka's 111. Puka looked like a dangerous opponent. To score 111 is unfortunate. He's pretty much all over the place. It looks like every other week this guy is deciding to show up. Anti-Up takes advantage, taking his team to 3-2, and Puka falls to 2-3. And lastly, we've got Apparently STDs versus Genty. Genty takes this 139 to Apparently's 108. Apparently STDs got milked upon, and he did not even live up to his projected score of 123, and had he done so, he still would have lost. He falls to 3-2, and Genty takes his team to 4-1, which is a strong seed #2. All right, now to just give a quick shout out to the top teams in each division. 2% Effort is led by No Pain, No Gain. Whole L's Only is led by Big Bark. Skim Dreams led by Genty. Let's go ahead and look to week 6 and offer up some predictions. Big Bark versus the Human Torch. This ought to be a pretty good game. The Human Torch is on the up and up, 3-game win streak. Big Bark on a 2-game win streak. I think this might be the closest game of the week. Danny has a good run. Unfortunately, I don't think he's got the type of team to keep that run going. I'm going to say that I'm going to take this win, and I'll be at 4-2, and Danny's going to fall to 500 at 3-3. Next, we've got Vinsanity versus Mud Dogs. Vinsanity has got to be driving himself insanity with these past 2 weeks, losing by a mere margin. Mud Dogs has no chance in the world at ever getting me to say that he's going to win another game until he proves otherwise. Vinsanity's going to take this one hands down. He'll be at 3-3. Mud Dogs is going to fall to an embarrassingly low 1-5, and all but fall out of the running here for playoffs because I don't see his team doing much better than they have been doing. Next, we've got No Pain, No Gain versus Burrow My Dicker. Burrow is another embarrassing team as well. I think No Pain is going to take this one easily over Burrow My Dicker. And No Pain is going to rise to 5-1, continue to rake as the #1 seed. Burrow My Dicker is going to fall to 1-5, and he will join Mud Dogs in the slums. Next, we've got Zombie Ate My Neighbors versus Apparently STDs. Apparently has taken a very embarrassing fall from his throne from the very first 3 games. He was 3-0. He's been doing pretty terrible for a consistent amount of time. I'm going to go ahead and say that Zombies is going to take this one. He'll be at 3-3, and Apparently STDs is going to even out as well at 3-3. Next, we've got Tush Push to Browntown versus Ante-Up. Tush Push is on a 2-game losing streak, but he's been scoring a massive amount of points. Week 4, he scored 151. Week 5, he scored 158. He lost both games. I mean, it's starting to become disheartening for Tush Push. Both teams have had their share of disappointment this season with decent scores. I think Tush Push, with the highest scoring points the past 2 weeks and still having lost, he's going to put up a W, finally take his team to 3-3, and Ante-Up is going to fall to 3-3. And finally, we've got Puka My Neighbors versus Genty. With Puka here, it seems that he scores in the 150s every other game, unless Genty can overcome that. I think Genty can put up some points. Being that this might very well be a 150 game for Puka, I'm going to give this one to Puka. He's going to take his team to 3-3, and Genty is going to fall to 4-2. So that's it, fellas. There's still hope for everyone. Thanks for watching.